Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Romcoms here, and today is Wednesday, meaning it's time to talk about Musume Season 3. Now, you know, last week was a moment of tearness I had to go through. Watching Kid-san Black going through so much in her career. And in that moment, when she reached that peak, that was the moment we sat down here, watched this, and I said, yeah, it's time. You know, unlike the 2 seasons of Musume, this season is chocked full of more emotions and the heightness that it is season 2. And Kid-san Black, as a character of this season, of this generation of horse girls, and this generation, she's without a doubt the best. Top 3 of all. Now, before I do my review of this show, because it was so impactful, let me just say this. For all y'all out there watching this video, give Musume a freaking chance. I understand that it's not the heightness that it is. I mean, 3 seasons, I get that, but people don't know about this show. I had to tell friends about this show because, again, I understand we live in the world of the Haikyuu, well, past the Haikyuu era. Now we're in the Blue Lock era. And I get it. Everybody talk about Blue Lock. Everybody talking about all these other shows that's out. Don't get me wrong. I like the 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You. I like Shangri-La Frontier. You know, of the Rise of the Shield Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen, the One Piece thing. And I get all of that. I get that. You guys not wrong. But for this show to be slept on because it's not the heightness that it is, and because they're horse girls, who the fuck cares? This show has so many packed emotions. There are moments and races that make you like, oh my God, happy, sad, funny, references, you name it. All the emotions is packed in one episode as you watch Musume. And like last week, it did. And this week, it did as well. You got to get props to animations. You got to get props to side games. I even play their app game, the Japanese app game. I have a Japanese iTunes account. But I still play their game. But still, this show is freaking amazing. So, that's my debate on that. We can talk about that later. Right now, let's get right to the review of Musume Season 3, Episode 2 review, because I got to say a lot. So, Kid-san Black has been one of our favorite horse girls of Season 3. One of the best horse girls of this generation. By far. And we knew last week was going to be the peak. Like, it's done. So when Kid-san Black made the announcement to the whole world who watched the show, to the whole world who dedicated their life for Musume, and for people who supported Kid-san Black, she was going to retire. Once she said that, it had a chain of effects. Yeah, she has to race these last 2 by the end of the year. She got 2 more races, and this was one of them. And then after that, it's like, I'm done. I retired. Now, this, her breaking news announcement brought everyone to like, oh my God. And it impacted a lot in this about her retirement. I mean, let's break this down a bit. You got Nice Nature, who been calling Nature Senpai. She is shocked about it. Durmonte, she's upset that the fact that she's still going to rehabilitation on her leg, like she's still going to rehabilitation on her legs, get back on the race. She won't get that opportunity to race with Kid-san Black. Okay, and then you look at Special Week, funny by the way. I mean, it was sad but funny. I like how she was the only horse girl crying while everybody was like clapping for her like she made the right choice. And everybody in Special Week was crying. But the two most people that was impactful by her retirement, well, three people. One, the owner of the owner at the shopping district, because when he met Kida-san Black, when he met Kida-san Black, when he hurt his back, Kida-san Black was there and helped him with the truck. Helped her carry a bunch of bananas to the off the truck. When he hurt his back, and it's sad for him because he's been loyal. He's been loyal to Kida-san Black, and he's upset that she's retiring, and he brought all these mixed emotions that she's gonna miss Kida-san Black. That he's gonna miss Kida-san Black. I like how this episode focused on side characters that were able to remember everything that Kida-san Black has done, especially at the shopping district. Everybody at the shopping district loved Kida-san Black, and everybody's upset that she's retiring, especially the fruit market dude. The fruit owner. Yeah, he's upset, and I don't blame him. Now, another person that was impactful by this was Crown. Crown see Kida-san Black as not only a friend, but a rival. And to her, it affected her. And again, Kida-san Black announcement sends shockwaves to everybody who watched the show and watched Kida-san Black racing for many years. But mainly, this episode was not only about Kida-san Black retirement, but it was also, well, before I even get that, let me just say this. When they announced Kida-san Black attack, we had a new horse girl that was in Twin Turbo's corner, Royce and Royce. Her character is really good, on Twin Turbo's team, Nice Nature team, that new girl. Yeah, she was debuting, real nice. But again, the biggest one that was impactful by this was actually Shivo Grand. I call her Grand. But Grand has never beaten Kida-san Black. We have seen her always being behind her. She has always been behind Kida-san Black. Like, every time Kida-san Black is in the lead, she could never pass her. And that was the goal. And if you go back to it, she never won a G1 win in her life. She has never won a race. Never in a win. So when Kida-san Black made an announcement, that kind of irritated her a bit, because she's like, why? Why did you retire? That was the moment of why did you retire? I wanted to win against you. Like if you leave and I win, that's not, I won, but I want to be Kida-san Black. And that's what Shiva was going through in this. Again, this was so many mixed emotions, it's not even funny. And in Kida-san Black, her racing has been up to the point, she's struggling, but I applaud her. I applaud her toughness, her physical trait to be like, hey, I got 2 more races. I'm going out with a bang. And you see her training, and she's out of breath as she's running, like she's trying. This is why I love Kida-san Black. This is why she's been my top 3 favorite. But again, everyone was impacted by it. Nature Senpai, Duramonte, the street people, the owners of their markets, the fish market, the fish owner, the fruit owner, them, the people in the market, they were upset about it. Crown was upset. Shiva was upset. Everyone. So then we get to this race. All eyes was on Kida-san Black. Now, as the race progresses, Shiva, Crown. Her backstory has been one of those stories. It's kind of, I'm going to say basic, but we look at her backstory and you say, you know what? We understand. Shiva wasn't the most athletic, but she was somewhat jealous of Kida-san Black. Her toughness, her determination, her will of never giving up, her wins over her. She's always cheerful, always been the most sharpest tool in the shed, being the best horse girl of this generation. But it was so many emotions in this for Shiva Crown. I felt loved in this show. Like, for real. So many emotions. I was getting teared up. A bit watching Shiva race. Because she doesn't hate Kida-san Black. No. She doesn't hate Kida-san Black. No. She loves her. She loves Kida-san Black. And I'm not saying it in a Yuri way. No. She loves Kida-san Black for who she is as a character. She loves Kida-san Black for who she is as a horse girl, a great runner, racer, and a great friend. And that's what you felt. That's what I felt when watching Shiva race. Shiva racing was so impactful. I loved it. She put everything in this race, and she finally won. She finally won. She finally beat Kida-san Black. And it was the great moment ever. Although we wanted Kida-san Black to win, and again, I wasn't surprised. Watching this race, it was like she got 2 more races under her belt. I don't know how the season finale is gonna be. It could be Kida-san Black winning. I don't know. Because when it comes to Musume, I don't know. Is it obvious? I don't know who's gonna win or lose. I don't know. I'm just looking at it from what I'm seeing. Now, one thing I also like about this episode was that, you know how the 2 guys on the stadium that always observe the race, how they observe stats and statistics about the horse girls? I like how those 2 guys stopped doing that. And for this episode, because this was a moment you had to watch. You had these other 2 characters talking about how, Kida-san Black has this. Talking about all stats, pros and cons. But those 2 guys in the stadium, the 2 side characters that's been watching them racing for years, they actually stopped for doing that and just watch it observantly. Like, we're all glued on this one because this is her race. I like that. I do like that. Now, again, this episode has so many emotions, so many mixed emotions in this episode. Happy, sad, you want to cry, and I love the song in the background. I effing loved it. I love this so much. They put the sound track against Shivo and Kida-san Black running, and that was so effing beautiful. That was so beautiful. They did a good job. Side games, I gotta tell you, Toho Animation, y'all did a fucking good job on this episode. Great, impactful episode. Now, next week is the season finale of Musume. And I don't know how it's gonna be, because Kida-san Black has 1 more race up her sleeve. I can't say it's obvious she's gonna win. Obvious she's gonna lose. I don't know the answer to that. But this is going to be her last race. And for this moment, her last race is going to be so momentable that if it's what it is, we're going to have to make a debate and say, where would we put this race? But truth be told, this episode was freaking amazing. I'm dead serious. Go watch my reviews on Musume, guys. I'm dead serious. Let's talk about it. This was beautiful. And I hope the people who watch Musume give this a shot. So I look forward for next week's episode of the season finale of Musume, and I'm sure you will.